Third time's the charm. Alright, so I'm sorry, this video is gonna be kinda different. Sorry there hasn't been an upload in a bit. But I'm gonna kinda talk about that right now. So right here we have a 27-inch monitor. Before we get into basically the review, I'm gonna tell you the story behind getting this monitor. So on March 25th, I ordered a monitor from Acer. In particular, it was the G277HL Abid 27-inch monitor, 1080p. I'm replacing my TV. It's a Dynex 720p, like 25.5-inch TV. It was a great TV. Had tons of ports on it. Component, 3 HDMIs. Of course it was a TV, so I had coax. It was a great TV, but 720p, and it's time to replace it. So I ordered that Acer 27-inch monitor, got it, and really disliked it. The colors were washed out, and the blacks looked gray. Definitely not going to deal with that. Not going to deal with that for the money I was paying. So I send the Acer monitor back, right? I get a refund. When I get that refund, I look around again for another 27-inch monitor, and then I'm with the BenQ here. So I ordered this BenQ GW2760S 27-inch monitor. Get it, and the top right corner of the box is bent, kind of like this one is here, and if the same thing happens here, I'm gonna literally pull my hair out. And I don't know why there's a hole in the box here, but alright, whatever. But so I ordered that, and it was cracked. The monitor was cracked. So I sent that back, and then they send me this one. So I'm here to unbox this for you guys. This is the BenQ, like I just said, GW2760S 27-inch monitor. We'll talk about the rest of the specs in a minute. But yeah, this has kind of been, kind of eating up my time that I would otherwise use to make videos. And I wanted to get this running because I'm going to be playing my, games on this monitor. But there's some great cheap styrofoam in here, but that's not really what I care about. I just care about the picture quality of the monitor. And so, yeah, I finally have this. Hopefully I can stop worrying about this monitor thing. This is going to be a good review, and we can get on with different videos. So, here's your monitor stand. Has a piano finish, glossy, which not desirable by a lot of people. If you're one of those people, I personally do not care that much. Yeah, it will attract dust, but I'll clean it off. And also, the stand has a piano finish also. But it is very nice. It's a good sturdy stand. There is the monitor. VGA cables inside of here. I'm not going to even bothering opening it, but as you can see, there's the blue. We know what to do with these. That's the only cable that came with mine. There might be other cables in yours depending on who you buy it from, but if you get it from Amazon, it does not come with one. Here's the power cable. Does not have a power brick. Some people kind of like a power brick because then they'd rather have the power brick get damaged instead of the monitor, but I prefer to just have the cord. It's literally a regular cord that they use for computers too. It's a little short, which will be a problem for me. But I I should be able to, fix that. And here she is. So yeah, pretty big, but she's replacing a TV, so I'm fine with that. I want it to be like that. And if it's one thing I've learned from this experience so far, is to plug it in and make sure it works before I set the whole entire thing up. Yep, it's working. It has a dynamic contrast ratio of 20 million to 1, and it has a static contrast ratio of 3,000 to 1, which I think matters more these days. It's LED backlit, has a response time of 4 milliseconds. It has vase mount. So the setup was relatively simple. I just had to screw the stand into the base. It had a little thing you could screw. Also, screwdriver could be used to screw it in. It was a flathead. Both the screws on this are really easy to strip. They're not that great. There's one behind it that's also kind of a thumb screw that you tighten into the monitor for the stand. If you're not moving it around, you probably don't need it. But it'll keep it secure, and that can be screwed in with the screwdriver too. That was a little sketchy, but screwed it in pretty tight because that's how I do things. But yeah, while setting this thing up, it has HDMI 1.4, VGA, obviously, DVI, and it also has audio in and out, so I can connect it up to the speakers. The audio out is the black port and audio in is green, so already colors look pretty good, which was my problem. And I'm just setting this Xbox One back again. I'm coming from the friend's house. So why the monitor? I mean, this is a TV. I mean, why would I get a monitor for something that's a TV? Well, the reason is monitors have a sharper resolution, obviously. And, monitors and TVs are kind of becoming skewed for, these days. This was $180 when I bought it. This is 27 inches. Most of the TVs that I saw were like 200, and I just wanted a monitor. BenQ, they're newer. They're an online brand. Obviously, it sucked that I got a broken one. But in the end, I'm happy with the colors. I'm happy with the settings. This menu is great, by the way. There's a lot of settings here I can adjust, which I like. When I was using the Acer one, there wasn't a gamma adjustment. There wasn't, some of these things here, so I really like that. This is a great menu. It's super, it tells you what to do with the on-screen buttons, which is great. Yeah, it's so it has some quick, things to do, like which input and stuff. Tells you, here's the sound. Can I change the output of the sound? Oh, this is changing it. So this is actually changing the output of the sound. So the problem, this isn't, supposed to be aesthetically pleasing. The bezel's pretty dang thin. I mean, come on. This is a great bezel. It's not like my monitor that I reviewed before where it doesn't really have a bezel. It has that kind of integrated bezel thing. But this is pretty dang thin. Has a piano finish on the front, the base, and the stand, but not the back. That's a matte finish. And it has a little carbon fiber design on one part. It's not actually carbon fiber, but that's on there. So, sorry this review's kind of just, put together, kind of mashed together, but holy cow, this has just been so annoying for me to get together, so my patience for doing this is kind of run out. So that's why I didn't show, the ports of the back. I forgot to, I'm sorry. But the color looks pretty good. I'm going to mess with it a little bit, but it looks really true overall, which I'm glad to see. I'll test it in a game here really fast. The color is great. It's not washed out, and the blacks definitely look fine. I mean, that's pretty deep blacks right there across those borders. the color isn't as rich as I would like it to be, but that is just me and what I was used to on my TV. I had the color blasted. This is normal colors. That's red. I mean, that looks, you know, the YouTube red right there looks good to me. But yeah. I approve of the BenQ GW2760HS 27-inch monitor. And make sure it doesn't get shipped to your house in a U-Haul truck with a bent corner that damaged the screen. I know you can't do anything about that, but that's what my first experience was. So, I'm glad I finally have this set up. I hate to do this to you guys, but I have a big announcement video coming soon. But yeah, this has been Jake from VELI, and I'll see you guys in the next one.